Hello everyone, this is Vunami, and today we'll be talking about the 20 amino acids through virtual reality and how we can remember how they each belong into specific categories. First up, we have the structural backbone, which consists of a carboxylic group, an amino group, and an R group. The differing R group usually differentiates each amino acid from one another. Next up, we have the negatively polar amino acids, with the first one being aspartic acid. Keep in mind that the differing color is what makes it an R group. The second one is glutamic acid, and glutamic acid is different from aspartic acid in that glutamic acid has an additional carbon in its R group. Next up, we have the basic positively polar amino acids that have very different R groups. The first one is histidine with a cyclic group and 2 nitrogens attached to it. The second one is arginine, and I remember this because it is the only amino acid with 3 nitrogens in its R group. Lastly, we have lysine. It is a pretty long chain with an H3N at the end. We can think of the phrase la la la, L, A, and H. La la la, because I'm so positive, hence LAH. Keep in mind that L and A are not correct abbreviations for lysine and arginine. This is just a good way to remember the positively polar amino acids. Now, we should memorize the rest of the polar amino acids. We can remember this with the phrase, sometimes they are good cooks. Serine, threonine, tyrosine, asparagine, glutamine, and cysteine. STTAGC. The first amino acid is asparagine, while the one below is called glutamine. They are similar to each other with the exception that glutamine has the additional carbon in its side chain. Sounds familiar, right, to the negatively polar amino acids? Now we have a sulfur attached to a hydrogen. This is called cysteine. Next up, we have threonine with a methyl group at the end. We have here a serine with an OH group at the end. And last but not least, we have a tyrosine with an OH group attached to a benzene ring. And remember that the mnemonic phrase is sometimes they are good cooks, or sometimes they are good chefs. STTAGC. Moving on, we are tackling the nonpolar amino acids that we should remember and memorize. We'll be using the phrase pro-vag lip to me, which may or may not have any sexual connotation or innuendo. These are proline, valine, alanine, glycine, leucine, isoleucine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, and methionine. And these are the 9 amino acids that are nonpolar. Now you see the first one, alanine, should have a green coloring at the methyl group at the end as the R group. This should be all white. This is glycine. This is leucine. If you rotate that, it's loopy leucine. This is proline, cyclic group with a nitrogen in it. This is isoleucine. This is valine. You can see the letter V in its R group. This is phenylalanine of a benzene ring attached to the R group. This is tryptophan. You can imagine a letter W in there. This is methionine, sulfur in there. And so those are the nonpolar amino acids that we should remember. Now I do want to touch upon another mnemonic phrase that I've been using. These are for the essential amino acids. And essential amino acids cannot be made by the body. The mnemonic is WTF, MLK, so Martin Luther King, has HIV. So, what the freak? Martin Luther King has HIV. Oh no. So these are the essential amino acids. They must come from foods, so you must get them from your diet. Things that you can eat that are essential amino acids are bananas, apples, peanuts, soybeans, soy sauce, broccoli, eggs, and etc. So yeah, essential amino acids. And if you want me to clarify, W is tryptophan, is threonine, phenylalanine, methionine, leucine, lysine, histidine, isoleucine, and valine. There you go. Essential AAs. And so there you have it. Condensed video of all 20 amino acids. Hope these mnemonics can help you for any exams, standardized testings such as the MCAT and stuff like that. Have a great day.